Hey y'all, so I saw this video on 200 Acres Reacts channel. It was in one of his videos, and the story just stuck with me. I was like, what the heck? But I wanted to find it and play it for y'all. Let me go ahead and move this over here. So he's going to talk about his experience. I feel like he's telling the truth because he didn't want to talk about it at first, but his neighbor insisted that he go ahead and tell the story, to get online and tell the story so that more people know, especially with everything that's going on right now. But this story just stuck with me and I just had to share it with y'all. But I got it from the channel is 200 Acres Reacts. I love his videos. But so go subscribe, go check it out. Anyway, here's the video.
People be talking about, man, that shit is true. I don't want to tell this fucking story. My neighbor insists that I do, so I don't know why he won't get on camera and say the shit, but I'm saying, was it Wednesday? Thursday. We went to Tractor Supply and we got some snake stopper. And we came back to the house. Our yards are connected. Right? My yards connected, whatever. So I'm putting some around my house. He put some around his house, and then we just kind of out there talking shit, doing it together for real. Me being clumsy, talking shit. I accidentally got some of the shit on us. So he's like, man, hey, pretty boy, you ain't got time to go back in the house to take a shower. We got to go back and get some more stuff. So we went back, got some more stuff, got in line, and it was my neighbor, me, and this mixed looking guy behind me. Maybe the mixed looking guy looked like he's about 35, 36 or whatever. So he kept sneezing. And his sneeze didn't sound like, it was like that. He kept on. And so my neighbor was like, man, yo, something weird going on with that guy behind. He sneezed again, and I turned around, like, this part of his face coming from his nose across this way turned scaly. His eye had a slit, but the slit wasn't up and down, the slit was sideways. The cashier see that shit, she runs to the back. We get our stuff, we go out. He eventually, I don't know if he paid for his shit or what happened. He came on outside. He was like, yo, fellas, please don't tell anybody about this. I'm just like y'all, man. I'm just trying to live here. I'm just trying to make a living like you. And I'm like, yo, we didn't see shit. We got the fuck on. And then my neighbor got in the car, was like, yo, bro, I done seen this guy somewhere before. I think he worked at the courthouse. And I'm like, somebody like that working at the fucking courthouse, man, you believe what we just fucking saw? And it's making me think of the shit that we done seen on movies and stuff. Like, I done heard plenty of people say, like, hey, the stuff in the movies be true. That's how they get their true shit out. Like, put it in the movie, like, instead of telling us directly. And I'm like, man, whatever about that. But that scene in Man in Black when Tommy Lee Jones was telling Will Smith, I don't remember exactly how he said. He was like, oh, some of them just trying to make a decent living. Like, Will Smith, like, let me guess, cab drivers or something like that. And he was like, not many of them. It was something like that he had said, but yo, like, no, middle of his face, down his nose, come across this way, turned scaly. His eye had a slit, but the slit turned this way. What the So I'm assuming that snake stopper or whatever we was using triggered something in that motherfucker. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, and my neighbor, I think he's still kind of shook up about it. He ain't really saying much, but I guess that's why he wanted me to come on with me and say it. But I hope that guy don't see this TikTok or whatever like that. If he do, please don't come for me. I delete people be talking about.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. They talk about like if they live amongst us, you know what I'm saying? Like the movie They Live, you know what I'm saying? They put the glasses on and you can see people for who they are. They live amongst us and we just didn't know it. And you know something? Think about like when you go out and about and you see people that it just seems like they're off, right? They're standing in a corner somewhere, they're not moving, they've got sunglasses on, but there's no sun. And I get it. I wear sunglasses in a building or whatever because I don't want to deal with people, right? Sometimes. But it's like the whole demeanor is completely off and you just sense something is different about them. There are people that are telling their stories. They're coming out and telling their stories about how they've seen people's eyes turn black and then turn back to normal. They have this thing going on now where it's like demon face. If you see somebody that has a face that looks like this, you know, they put it in the news, right? That it's more so demon face and to not be alarmed. It was in the news, I want to say maybe a year or two ago or something like that. And it was talking about the whole demon face thing or whatever. And it recently popped up, but popped up briefly as if it was like, oh yeah, we're here to remind you about this, you know, and then it went away. And I think that they're just trying to prepare or just trying to normalize or just trying to keep everyone calm, you know what I mean? So that they don't go into like mass chaos or anything like that. But yeah, they do. They live amongst us. They're here and they've been here. It's not something new. I think that it's because the veil is thinning, so people are becoming more and more awakened. They're now seeing what's going on. They're realizing that what we are being told in the movies is actually what is happening, what's in reality. It's funny that the guy was sneezing because of the fact that the person in the video had snake stopper on him. Because that's pretty much what it is, reptilian, right? Reptilian, snakes, you know, all of that. And for him to have it on his clothes, like who does that? That doesn't happen often, right? I mean, I'm sure like it's snake stopper has spilled on somebody, but usually you're careful about it. You're careful about it, and I'm sure that if it fell on somebody's clothes before, they didn't always have an encounter with someone that was an actual reptilian, you know, that was able to shapeshift or to turn themselves to look human, right? This just happened to be a point where he had snake stopper on him and he had somebody in line with him who was able to shapeshift, was able to change or, you know, just change his appearance to look human. And then at that moment, he was the snake stopper affected him to where he couldn't hold it. And that's what's happening also. They're not able to hold themselves. It's harder and harder for them to hold themselves in human form. So that is why we're seeing a lot of stuff about like aliens and stuff like that. Y'all, I went to Universal Studios this past few days. I was in Universal Studios Orlando, and the amount of stuff, like now when you have woken up, like when you're awake and you see what is going on, the amount of stuff that is being glorified, that is demonic in just that theme park alone. Like, you know, if y'all have ever been to Orlando, and I know it seems like it's harmless, right? But like the miniature golf part, the section, the miniature golf section, where they make it like it's alien-like and it's a spaceship, and then there's like I took a photo of it, but there's an alien that talks about, you know, eating humans. And I was like, they just put it right there in your face. It's just right there. And then like one of the Harry Potter rides, it in the film or in the screen or whatever, it has those half man, half horse, you know, type things. And I understand that Harry Potter is like supposed to be a fantasy type, you know, film or whatever, but it just goes to show the things that they show, you know, that is actually demonic, that they glorify it, and they want people to feel normal and to want to be a part of that life, not even realizing the deception and not realizing how demonic it is and where it stems from, you know. So yeah, these beings, these entities, they live amongst us. They are here. They are operating as if they are human. They are, you know, coexisting. And I think it's going to get to a point where more and more people are going to be seeing it. But not only are more and more people going to be seeing them, a lot of people are going to be accepting of them. They're going to be accepting of them. They're going to want to befriend them. They're going to want to include them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? Let me know in the comments and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.